Go ahead.
Okay, so you take your lining fabric, and at the top of your skirt piece, which does not have the fun pretty edge, basically match your corners, and then you will pin it down all the way down that line so that your top edges meet, and this should lie flat. If it's all funky, press it. Pressing is the best thing in the world, no matter what Diosa says.
Meaning iron.
Yes, ironing.
Not press with your hand. Iron it.
Iron. So you pin this, and you will do a 1/4 inch stitch all the way down. And
1/4 inch from the top?
Yes. So it'll be pretty much like right there. And that's to keep this attached. Then you can take your iron again and press down a 1/2 inch, and then flip this down, and it should cover that edge. I would like, if I had a ruler, I could tell you. If depending on on the width of your elastic, if you have an inch, this isn't a ruler.
Kind of a ruler.
A measuring tape. If you have inch elastic,
oh, there's a long one.
Oh God, that's like, your casing should be 1.5 inches. If you have it larger, it's going to be larger. This is ending up being 2 inches. So this you'll also fold up a 1/2 inch. Press that down. This will get pressed down, and then you can fold it, and they should meet, which should give you, if I'm, guesstimating right, your 1.5 inch, 4-inch wide elastic, and then you will top stitch through all the layers right along this edge, and that will create a casing that the elastic will go into. Before you do all of that, though, you'll have attached this, and you'll want to finish your 2 outer edges. So to do that, you basically attach this piece. You can either serge that edge if you want. You don't have to. It's not a big deal. And then I would say start down here so you can make sure you have a pretty edge. You'll fold in a 1/4 inch, and then another 1/4 inch, and literally just top stitch that down, and it finishes your edge so you don't have this god-awful raw stuff that's going to and disappear into the world. Do that on both ends. Then do the whole foldy, flip, top stitch, run your elastic through.
Okay, question.
Yes.
So you said here we definitely top stitch this down so it stays attached. Do we need to top stitch here too?
You can.
Okay.
If you feel like you want it more
before,
secure,
like
yeah.
when it's like this or when it's like this?
When it's here.
Okay, that's probably what I'll do.
You can top stitch it down, because then this will be completely lined in, it'll stay there. If you are advanced in sewing and not worried about it, you can just flip and top stitch it. But it'll be more secure if you stitch
Do both.
Okay. So my question is,
Yes.
Okay.
I have the casing now. How do I put elastic in it?
You take your piece of elastic. It doesn't need to be open. I'm borrowing your elastic, Valerie.
I actually usually stitch mine with the elastic inside because I like it tight.
You can do that, but the problem with doing that is if you're not used to sewing, you can accidentally catch your elastic, and that's dangerous.
Yes.
So what I do is you take your end of elastic, take a large safety pin, and
run it through.
And you use the piece of the safety pin to pull it through, and you're like.
So you don't sew it into.
I do not.
You can if you want to.
But I would say no, just because if you're not used to doing it, you may end up sewing over this, and that will completely ruin the point of having an elastic in there.
So we just run the elastic through. And then we just sew it at the end. That I know how to do.
Literally overlap, stitch it on both sides, and then if we want, later we can go in and whip stitch the waistbands together so it'll be connected at the waist and open down the sides.
Isn't that what we're doing now for this? Aren't we leaving the sides open? For this
Yes,
skirt?
this
so I need
edge
to
will be
stitch
open.
To about here. How far do you want it stitched down? Just the casing? Because we're wearing pants under it?
Don't do that yet. We'll look at it and see if we want to attach those. Just let it be so that if you take your elastic, you can pull them completely apart so that it's literally.
So you don't want the elastic running it yet?
Yes.
and held,
Yes, the elastic will be the only part that gets
tucked
stitched
together.
together.
Okay.
And the rest of it stays open.
Yeah, the rest of it will stay.
So this, when I am done, this will be like this, just held with the elastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Pretty
well,
much.
It'll only attach to the other end of this.
Right, and
with
the elastic.
so you can still pull them apart.
Okay, got it.
And if you have any questions, feel free to text me or email or something, and I will try very hard to get back to you.